Our session in this afternoon will start by Mr. Yang Sun-Vik, Senior Drilling Engineer from Petroleum Oil Vietnam, who will give his presentations about team site development and drilling through.
Okay, so I'm here today just, I consider this audience is basically only the student. So that's why I try to transfer to you some kind of knowledge about what we do in our basic industry. And before I commence my presentation, I just want to briefly introduce you about myself. I was actually I have 8 years experience as a drilling engineer, and also I have 3 years as a manager of offshore operation engineer. And before that, I worked for the one project chemical engineer. My background is chemical engineering. Anyway, just evident you can see that anyone can do the drilling engineer job anyway. Okay. A little bit about the Petroleum in Vietnam. Petroleum, we enter into the Vietnam oil field since 2004. But after that, in 2006, we discovered oil. And 2008, we have a campaign to apply to have appraised the Chim Sao field and also the Dơ field. And in 2010, we do the Chim Sao development campaign, which comprised of 17 wells. And then just recently, 2014, we commenced 3 wells for the development subsea wells. So by currently, we have totally 19 wells. The first slide here, I just want to show you how we work and how our drilling team work. And just provide you the picture. That's normally what a drilling team do normally. Maybe you're a student, so that's why you think more academically rather than us. We think about the more physical. The physical rather than the academically. However, you can see here we have workflow. We have 4 main steps. The 4 main step here is, you can see it's the first phase we have design and procedure step, and then we have all kinds of concept well design, and also after that after we consider all the options, we select and we have a final well basis for the well that we're gonna drill, and then we issue the drilling program. And after that we have one next step is we do the planning. Planning here, we do the contracting and procurement for all services needed for the drilling campaign. And after we have all contract in place, we go for the equipment and logistic planning and scheduling. And the really important phase is the execution. Execution here, you can see that we have to mobilize all the equipment to the rig side, to the well side. And also, after that, we commence drilling and completion operation. Meanwhile, we also have an engineering and technical services that support the drilling operation to ensure that operation is trouble-free. However, in the ideal world, it's free trouble, but actually, we always have some trouble. And when we finish, and then we develop all the equipment and also the rig. One of the very important things is after any drilling campaign, we will have a project performance review, and by them, we will have some kinds of lesson learned and closeout activities. What that means? That means we will use all the knowledge we learned from the drilling campaign, the actual campaign, to bring to the next campaign, if any. In our Petroleum Oil Vietnam drilling team, we have the concept of VAMI, meaning if any issue or any target task, we will conduct a visiting, we auditing the contractor or any task, and we have meeting with the contractor, inspection, produce reports, and all this look we create our succeed in drilling. Like I said quite early. Our Team South field we commencing in 2010, and we utilize the ENSCO 107 jackup drilling rig, and here you can see the rig. Over the Team South head platform here the support vessel. For the first few slides, a summary of what we have done from 2010 to 2012. And after that, I will go through the 2014 wells with a little bit further detail about how the well look like. Here, all the summary about our well actually, all card number, the maximum angle, and all that of our 17 wells. But totally, I just want to highlight here, in the total, in 2 years, we drilled nearly 85 kilometers of the footage. It's quite big number actually, during only 2 years. Like I said before, is in either world, we don't have any problem, but in fact, we always have problem. And then we are the engineer. We have to deal with that, okay? Any problem, we have to deal with that. We have to face that. You can see here, we have 26% of the total operation time is a non-trouble time, which is the problem. For the last 2 wells, we also still have 18%. This number is not good. We want to minimize this one. But how is minimum? What is the minimum? It depends on you guys, on the competency of everybody, inclusive of contractor. And here there's some fact figure that just let you guys know about some fact figure about our 2 years campaign. We counted 1.3 million man-hours during the ENSCO 107 drilling program. And we have one request, typically one work rate fatality after the drilling program. And also, you can see here is the beginning of the campaign, we opened 747 is something that we need to be fixed. But end of the campaign, we left only 7 issues. Meaning we have to work very hard to get it done. And you can see here is also there some logistic number is 2 years, we have 197 jig to the rig, and the total cargo was 34,500 metric ton, and total the packs to the rig it is 4,798 passengers going to the rig. You can see it's a quite massive number actually. All this one, what we need to get actually is money. Okay, again, here I just bring you a little bit down to a little bit more detail about the well, how it looked like. In 2014, we have 2 infill wells, which is injector, and all 2 infill wells to be drilled from the dual slot, 36-inch OD connector. And the rig we would use is the wet telescope jackup drilling rig. And again, like I said before, we apply the same approaching with the 4 main steps here. That's quite standard. And after we do all the design and all the procurement and contracting and all that, and then now is the time to mobilize the rig. We mobilize the wet telescope rig from the zero field, which is 17 kilometers away from the Team South. Before the rig approaches the location, we have to use ROV to survey the seabed to see if we can put the rig down on the same footprint that ENSCO 107 was before. And we have quite competent seabed, so that's why the leg penetration is quite small, which is only less than 5 million penetration of the leg. Okay, here's the slot allocation of our Team South wellhead platform. You can imagine that the wellhead platform is look very fancy, but actually it accommodates some slot. And here we actually we have a 16 slot. We can accommodate up to 20 wells. This inclusive of some slot, but it can accommodate 2 wells in the same slot. Okay, here quite small. Basically, I just brief you about the drilling caving scheme here. We set the 36-inch conductor with driven down to the 74 meters below the seabed, and then we drill and set the 13-straight casing at the Biển Đông, at the base of Biển Đông formation, which is a very quite soft formation. That's why we use the PDC bit that represents at the front of the faculty actually here. That one is a PDC bit, 16. And then we set the 13-straight casing here. Before we enter into the number sermon stop and also the Tomanko and all that. And then the next phase we drill the 12 watering hole and set nitrate casing before we into the paste reservoir, which is all the meters the same. It's only that's the name of our formation is meters the same. It's 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6. And in between them we have a shell. I'm not a geologist. We have a photo geologist here, so you can have any geology question with that. Okay, so the first phase is the 36-inch conductor. Is you can see 36-inch conductor is very big. When we driven down, it's inside the conductor still have the formation, that right? So we have to clean it out. We run 32-inch bit and pump it through and clean those. And then after that, we run the separation string on the other side and drill another side. I just go for quite quick here. So the clean out finished, and then we drill 16-inch hole. The main purpose of this one is to provide you with the surface casing. We can handle the load of all the structure above that one. We can accommodate the wellhead, which is inclusive of wellhead of all the tubing later on. So that's why we have to drill to the competent formation, which is the Biển Đông formation. The sequence of the operation is we have to rig up the BOP device, which is diverter in this case. And then we drill with all the fancy technology provided on the service company like Swansea, Halliburton, or Baker Hughes there. All that fancy. And then we directional drilling to the base of the Biển Đông, and then we run 13-straight casing, and then we cement it. Just only one question is, you guys familiar with the term that I'm mentioning here, like cementing, casing, and all that? If you guys have any question, just raise your hand. Feel free to be stopped. No problem. Okay, so after we set the 13-straight casing, and then we cementing, and then we prepare for the next phase, which is the nitrate casing. The nitrate casing will be nitrate casing section will be commenced. Start with the drilling of the 12 watering hole. But under this formation, the well become more dangerous. So we have the UP device rather than diverter. So that's why we have to rig up the BOP first. We have to put the BOP on top of the wellhead, and then we start make up BSA and drilling out all the cement that 13-straight casing already set. The second is the same. We make up 12 watering BSI, directional BSI, with MWD, gamma ray resistivity, Doppler primer, and PDC bit. And we drill out the shell with the cement and with the conductor FIT, and then we drill down to the formation that to the shell that's above the reservoir that we gonna drill with the production hole. And then we run and set knife kitting. And after we cement the knife kitting, we gonna go for the 8.5 inch hole, which is the production hole. The difference between the production hole and intermediate hole is we drilling and we deal with the reservoir section. So if you damage anything to the formation, mean you have very less time to recover all the oil from the formation. So that's why it needs to be very specific for the production hole. First of all, like the special mud for the production hole, and so all kind of that. We have to take care of that. However, the operation sequence is the same. We make up PSA and drill out switch check, conduct FAT, and drilling down to the TD. TD means total well depth, means the depth of the well. 99, we run XPT, which is pressure test tune, one line, and then we get all the information needed, and then we run 7-inch liner and cement it. And those two wells that we just drilled last year is 89 and 19 well I. The 89 with only 25-degree inclination, and 99 with 39-degree inclination. After we drilling, after we drilling and set our casing, inclusive of 7-inch liner and set cement behind the casing or liner, we move to the operation of the completion well completion. The well completion is nothing but running straight into the well and connect all the line to the production line. Okay? Look here is quite complicated, but you can imagine is the production string here is the string of all the valves, all the packer and all that one. The purpose is just to get the oil out of the formation. Of course, before that, we have to perforate the formation through the casing. Here the timing curve is quite very common terminology for drilling operation, which reflects the time versus depth versus money. And here's our two well performance. It's quite very good well performance actually. And then here is some number like we plan for 38 days for 89 well, but actually we took only 33 days, which is saving 5 days, and the other well we're saving something like 9 days. And below is the one, which is our well assessment management system, which assess our capability. First of all, like you can see here, if the one campaign with anything more than 75% air per hour grading is very good already. We here two well, we take up to the, we rank up to the 94%. I have one question for you guys. How much money do you guys can think one well can cost? I have some gift here. Just question and then give the no need right question, because there's no right or wrong question anyway. We never close out the accounting rule anyway. Okay, just go ahead, just guess it. How much money? 1 million Vietnam dong or $1 million? 10 million. 10 million, I can guarantee to you, is just enough to up to the middle of the, even not middle of the 12-day hole. Not even, not little less. Anyway, honestly, this well ranging between is 25 to 30 billion US dollar of cost. So you can see that one is much depend on on our management skill, management experience, and also technical expertise that you guys have, and also gaining over the experience in the next few years or next 10 years. Question? My presentation is finished.
Yeah, go back to one slide. Yes. So can you explain more students that what kind of color meaning for the conductor? There are three colors, right?
Yeah.
Green, blue, and red.
Here, the green. Sorry, the blue one is P10. P10 is what, first of all, like, in order to achieve the, let's say, this section over our all regional, we can achieve that certain depth. Sorry, but first I want to show you that this one is the depth, and this one is the day to take it, okay? So the blue one is some kind of terminology, the P10. It's very difficult to get the P10. The reason is, first of all, like we have to drill it, and then we have to case it, right? We have to case the hole. And then, first of all, like in the drilling, in the same section, same formation, and around the region, what is the fastest ROP, rate of penetration, we take that part, and we plot that. And the next phase is running the 13-thread casing or 9-thread casing. First of all, like within the region, what is the fastest time that required to run the 13 threads or 9-thread casing? We took that point also. And we brought all that one within the technical limit for every phase of operation. That's a P10. Honestly, if the P10 is in the real case, it's difficult to get it, and no one gets it. But for the green one, before I go to the green one, is the red one. The red one here, the P50. P50 means 50% happen, 50% not happen anyway. So P50 is the everything of the time consumed to get the same depth of the surrounding regional operation. First of all, like your company A, your company B, the same field, sorry, not the same region. But in order to achieve the same depth, it took 20 days, it took 21 days. I will plot here 20.5 days to get the same depth. That's a P50. Very averaging now. And that's one inclusive of, normally like Premier, we assume that's one inclusive of 15% NPD. And the green one here in actual time is how much we normally, how much we took, how much time we took to drill to the same depth, and we plot that one. And you wonder, what for? For the next campaign, for the next well planning. Because from our position is to forecast to future, forecast for the future, and planning for the future. And then all the lessons, all the data we got from today, from this campaign, we will do all that one for the next campaign. And for what? For saving money, that's for sure. And also we have more precise prediction. That's the main issue. First of all, like at the very beginning of the campaign, I said, okay, this campaign I have to spend $100 million for these 4 wells. But end of the day, you are a poor forecaster and everything go up. You have to spend $150 million for the same 4 wells. And the question comes from all the top level management team will question why and what. You have not learned from what you suffer last campaign, right? First of all, like last campaign, everything now is 140, 150, 145, and then this time you said, okay, we're gonna take this 140 million, and then when I took out it's 150 million. Mean you're okay, you're in the safe side, but not mean we are all optimistic. I mean, before the campaign commencing, we have to look back on the lesson that we learned from the previous campaign and then pinpoint out what we can achieve better, technically and also financially. Yep. Hope that answers the question. Anything else? Any more questions? Okay, go ahead. I have a bundle of a pen here, so I expect a lot of questions actually.
First of all, I would like to say thank you for your interesting presentation. My name is Nguyễn Hoàng Nam and I'm a fourth year student in Petroleum University. I just want to ask a question, but it's not really related about your presentation you've presented before. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Okay. My question is, I just wonder about the policy of your company in internship for undergraduate students and the